So a very quick one here. I want to ask a very simple question. So let's have this conversation. Why is it that you and your boyfriend are cohabiting? You've been living together for more than 1 year. In fact, you've been living together for as long as you've been together. You've been living together. And both of you literally do what couples do. In fact, you do everything couples do. And he takes you out on a date. He takes you out on expensive dates to expensive restaurants. He takes you out on vacations. You buy you expensive gifts. But why does he spend huge amount of money on you? But he finds it difficult to take you to your father's house to do the right thing. Have you ever asked yourself that question? I know some of you might want to defend yourself. You might want to say, he's not emotionally ready, he's not mentally ready for marriage and all that. Let me tell you something. Stop deceiving yourself. Stop living in denial. The truth, some of you might want to defend your boyfriends, your besties, the people you are cohabiting with. You might want to say, you want to get to know yourselves better. And probably you people, both of you are not emotionally and mentally ready for marriage. And that is why you are just trying to see how things, if it will work out or not. See, stop living in denial. Stop deceiving yourself. In fact, some of you have turned these men into lazy boys. Some of you have made these men to be so lazy that they're not even thinking about marriage. Because why do they want to marry now? You are giving them everything a wife should give them. You are literally giving them everything. You are there for them 24 hours. They don't need a wife again now. And you will keep doing the wifely duty, wifely role until the day he realizes he wants to be a man. Then he will not realize you are not worth keeping as a wife. That is when he will dust himself. He will go out there to look for someone to marry. Then tomorrow you come to social media, you'll be like, he broke your heart. He did this, he did that. My sister, you broke your heart by yourself for a very long time. Are you getting the point? See, you can't live with a man who is not properly married to you. And you are performing wifely duties and wifely roles. And you expect that man to be serious with you. See, the man will buy you cow, buy you house, buy you anything. Men can sacrifice as long as they are getting the benefits. And when they are bored with the benefits and when they are tired with the benefit, they dust themselves and they move away. Some of you, deep down in your heart, you wish this man would propose to you. You wish for this man to ask you the road that leads to your father's house. Deep down in your heart, you wish. But you are living in denial because your own, you'll be like, he's not mentally ready. He's not emotionally ready. He's not emotionally ready. But he's ready to cohabit with you. He's ready to eat the forbidden fruit with you for as long as you are available. In fact, some of you are the reason why these men are lazy and becoming boys. Because a man that wants to go and buy food and chop, and the man comes out and see a very available food, he will continue eating the free and available food as long as the food is to his satisfaction and taste. Are you getting the point? So if you want to be useful to yourself, you stop being too available and stop cohabiting with a man. See, listen, if you cannot afford a house rent, go back to your father's house. And if you don't have a father or a mother, go to your church. Maybe the place you pay tithe, go to your church and live. Live with your pastor. Live with your girlfriends. Stop. Why must you cohabit with a man? In fact, okay, let me ask you. I want to know who invented this idea of cohabiting with a man. You know why? Anybody that tells you cohabit with a man knows how you will know how this is. If your father and your mother cohabited with each other, would they ever be at the point where they are now? In the days where modesty, purity was the order of the day. Those days of our grandparents, where a man would literally imagine a woman. But now, you see now, this generation, nobody has any. In fact, men no longer have an imagination, no longer imagine how this woman will look like. Because the woman is always open and available at every point in time. So there is nothing to imagine. There is nothing to imagine. So the point is this. If you are cohabiting with a man who does everything for you, he's always spending and taking care. You know, some of you think if a man spends on you, that's love. That's what some of you think. You say it's your love language. But let me tell you, some of you, a man will pin you down, provide your needs until you hit 35. Until you hit 36. That same man that pinned you down for years, spending on you, doing everything for you until you clock 35. The man will not go back. The man will not go back. He will dust himself. Then he will back forward his step. He will go back to those under 20, 21, 22, 23. Then you know that he has already delayed you when you were 19. He delayed you till you were 35. Then you will not be going from one church to the other praying because you did not use your sense. Listen. If you are living with a man and anybody tells you are doing the right thing, my sister, you need to put your 2 hands on your head and say, oh Lord, deliver me from this self-witchcraft, because you're a witch to yourself. Some of you have made this man to be so lazy. He goes out in the morning, you pack food for him. You pack breakfast for him, pack lunch for him. He comes back in the night, he meets dinner. Some of you have made this man to be so lazy. Why will he marry you now? The reason why a man looks for a woman is for companionship. The reason why a man looks for a wife is for companionship. So if you as a girlfriend, you are giving him that companionship, my sister, you will keep being his companion for as long as he wants you to be in his life. And any day he's tired of you, any day he gets tired of the emotions and the feelings, any day he gets bored with you and your activities, my dear, he will leave you. He will move on to the next phase. You that have already broke your heart by yourself, you will be shouting, somebody broke your heart. You fought with him for many years, you suffered with him, you toyed with him for years, and he ended up leaving you. My sister, you are the one that set yourself up for breakfast. Yes, you set yourself up for breakfast when you live with a man, perform wifely duty, perform wifely roles for years, for months, without asking him to define the relationship where it's heading to. In fact, as long as you're cohabiting, that relationship is not even defined. It's not defined. Why will you make yourself too available? See, if you love a man, don't make yourself too available. The more scarce you are, the more he wants to have you. Are you getting me? In fact, some of you, by the time you become so scarce, he will not be thinking of marriage because he wants you to be by his side every time. Are you getting my point? But when you are too available now, when he comes back in the night, he meets you. When he's leaving in the morning, he sees you. And he's not married to you. And you're always doing everything for him. In fact, because you have set yourself up for breakfast. Some of you set yourself up for heartbreak the moment you enter into a relationship without even knowing it. Too much availability reduces respect. See, no matter who that person is, don't let them deceive you. You cannot be cohabiting with a man who has not paid your bride price, despite the fact that the man might be doing everything for you. My sister, your future is not even safe with that man. You are simply setting yourself up for heartbreak and for breakfast. That being said, my name is Honestine Ofonha. I am a certified professional mental health counselor. Thank you.